Today I'm ranking every Mario Odyssey capture if it was real and I was stuck as it forever. Oh, how I dream to one day be a frog. He just looks magical. You can hop around without a care in the world, and jump super high, and swim around in your own little pond forever. Heck yeah, man. I mean, there's not much else to say about being a frog. It's freaking epic. It's a frog. I feel like in life I actually aspire to want to have a simple life, like a frog. So the frog is obviously going to be S tier. It's not as good as a frog. I don't think I'd ever want to be a Goomba. You're like made to hate Goombas because they're stinky and they suck. At least this one can fly, so it's a little bit better, but like a little bit better than the worst is still pretty close to being the worst. I mean, you still get to fly, and that sounds like a lot of fun. I don't really want to be a Goomba, but I guess I'll put it in C. This looks like a horrible time, being stuck as a spark of electricity forever, and like, look at Mario's face, he looks so unhappy. Spend the rest of my life going down the same power line over and over. Definitely worse than the Goomba. You can only move a little bit back and forth, that's all you can do forever. I guess you can like see things pretty far with binoculars. But other than that, would you want to be binoculars for the rest of your life? I guess you could examine your surrounding areas up close, but you can't really do anything or go anywhere. You're just binoculars. Binoculars. Being a T-Rex would be awesome, but you get really tiny arms. You're also massive and you smash everything. You saw in the thumbnail, but imagine if you're at the grocery store just trying to buy groceries as a T-Rex. It wouldn't work out very well. Not to mention, everybody would probably be terrified of you. I need perfect-sized arms to pet cats, and I cannot pet cats as a T-Rex. I mean, I can't pet cats, but I get to smash things. I get to run around, be crazy, cause mass destruction, and let all my frustrations out. I don't think it's terrible and I don't think it's great. I think it's going in B. What the heck, man? I just said I need something to have proper arms to pet cats, and then this fella's got no arms at all. Chain Chomp? Might as well call him Stuck to a Chain Fella. What? I'm so stupid. His name literally has chain in it. He pretty much is called Stuck to a Chain Fella. What the heck? I don't know about you, but I don't want to be a stuck to a chain fella. This must be some kind of joke. This is just a Paragoomba, but worse. And you get to stack on top of other ones. Worse stacked on top of worse is still worst. I'm not gonna be a stupid Goomba forever. Now hear me out. You get to fly, and you have arms that can pet cats. So what if you go a little too far and explode? Like, who cares? We're not gonna get anything above a B other than the frog, aren't we? You can't even live as a bullet bill. You die either way. No! It wouldn't be very good to be a cactus. Okay, this guy's pretty cool. This guy's pretty chill. Yeah, he's got some sunglasses. He's got little earrings going on. He can see things others cannot see with his cool designer glasses. That's not too bad. That seems pretty peaceful. As long as you don't fall off a cliff like I did. Yeah, not bad. I'm gonna say A. Yes! What do I even say about this? You're a mini rocket. I don't know. You're a rocket. You're not really anything. You just pew. You just go. I'm not mad at it. I really don't know. It's just gonna go in F. Oh, heck yeah! Gliding lizard fella! That's awesome! You just glide around wherever you feel like. You have arms for petting cats. You look kinda cute. Haven't mentioned this before, but I think my fiance would have left me if I became most of these things, but maybe she would stay if I was a gliding lizard fella. Maybe. Just maybe. I mean, if I had to be one of these things, I think this is going up there. What is up with me and reptiles, amphibians, lizards, and all that kind of stuff? I think I like lizards. Is Game Grove secretly a reptile? That's really funny considering my next video is about Minecraft Godzilla. Here's a sneak peek. Whoa! Subscribe so you can see when that video comes out. This is this poor man's hand. Give this man his hand back. You better give him his hand back right now. Bigger bill, bigger destruction. Bigger destruction, bigger explosion. There are only two things you can do as a boulder. Thing number one is be a boulder, and thing number two is scare lizards. I'm a reptile person, so I would never want to scare a lizard. I do want a peaceful life. It would be pretty peaceful to be a rock in the middle of the forest with some lizards next to you. It's better than F. A coin purse money frog that can spit out money. At first I was thinking, that would suck to have to waste your money by spitting it out, but I think that'd be an awesome way to pay for something like, hello sir, you're here to pay for this burger. Bow! Have $1. You know what? I kind of like it. It doesn't have any arms. It's gonna have to go in B. Dang it, there's always a catch. Okay, you could be a turtle that throws fire. It's pretty humanoid, so I could see it being kind of similar to how it is to have a life as a human. I don't think that's bad, really, and you get fire powers. Things seem to be turning around. I'm actually gonna put that S tier because it's pretty similar to being a human. Isn't it terrible that S tier is things that are similar to humans? I want to be like a human. What am I saying? Oh, there's a tree. I'm drinking coffee. That's some pretty good coffee. Oh my god, is that a tank? Was that bit funny? Click on the screen 0 to 10. How funny that was. I promise that works. Okay, get to drive around, blast things. You shoot like confetti balls so you can bring the party wherever you go. That's pretty cool. I could get behind being a tank. You don't have arms though, so obviously it's going in A. It'd be pretty cool to be an onion fella, have really stretchy legs, and be an onion.
It's not as bad as being a Goomba, am I right?
You probably already know this, but I do not want to stay as something that sits in one position forever. It just gives me anxiety. I hate that. Oh, yeah, and you spit poison. I don't know if I'd ever really want to spit poison. No, thank you. I do not want to be stuck in one spot forever. You know, being a fish is not as bad as some of the other things. You can swim around, and it seems nice and peaceful and calm and like a pretty good life. You get nasty, ugly lips, but hey, you're not a bullet that explodes. It's not amazing. It's not awful. I think it's B. All right, a big piece of rock. And I'm gonna be honest, when I was recording the footage, I actually was trying to solve this puzzle, and I have no idea how I ended up solving the puzzle before, because I probably recorded for 20 minutes trying to solve this puzzle, and I actually couldn't. I think I got stupid. What am I even supposed to say about that? It's just stupid. It's just a big old chunk of rock. But then again, this is literally a rock, and it's in C, but then this, you know, I'm gonna put it up here. I gotta be consistent. Yeah, because you know me, always so consistent with my rankings. Lakitu just makes me so happy. You get to be a guy floating on a cloud, fishing in a little pond. That's just so awesome. You got arms. You probably can get out of the cloud and go and do other things if you want to, but just a fella fishing. I know some of you have already commented, why does he always keep saying things about arms? What do arms have to do with it? You can be stuck like that forever. You want to be stuck forever without arms? That does not sound like a very good time. Think about it. It's logical. I would love to be Lakitu. I don't order these like the front is the best, but I'm going to put Lakitu in the front. It's only going up. The next one's going to be really good, I bet. Oh, it's a zipper. Yeah, that's great. No, it's not. I really shouldn't have said it was going to be better than Lakitu. You know what? This one might be the worst one because you are stuck to a confined area. But if you go through the whole zipper, you just kill yourself. What the freak? That sucks. Get to be a little cute picture of a Goomba. I actually did try and create the Goomba as good as I could, and I didn't do too bad. Kind of really stupid. You're just a picture of a Goomba. I'm gonna put it in F. We got a big ol' F tier this time. Oh, you get to be funny and colorful and stretchy. This is definitely another one of those where it's not as bad as some of the other ones, so it's just kind of right in the middle. It's a B. Actually, you know what? You do kind of have like arms and legs and you can move around, so I'm gonna put it in A. There's honestly something kind of scary about a giant letter running around. This is another inanimate object, and it's just so weird. I'm gonna have to put it in C. You know what I said about inanimate objects being weird? A pole. You can like spin around though. That's kind of funny. Okay, this one's really weird because you're technically an RC car, but you're really just a person. And so would being a person be worse or better than the other ones? Man, this is so difficult because on one hand, this could be F because being a human could be the worst thing on the list, but also this can be an S tier because I don't want to change. I just want to be a human. I think I'm going to put it as S. And I know some of you will be saying they're not actually humans, but I'm just going to pretend that they are human. So I think it would be S tier to be a human, because what if you had to be a picture match Goomba part? You know what I mean? I think I found an F tier. Why is everything in the Metro Kingdom an inanimate object? Are they just playing prop hunt in New York? Yeah, this one's definitely F tier. What the heck? I didn't rate the pole. See? Why didn't I rate the pole? Did I really become stupid like I said earlier? It would be kind of fun to be a car. You can vroom, vroom, drive around.
This is so weird, but B?
Alright, another puzzle part. Like before, this one's a battery, but this time I actually completed the puzzle really fast. So I'm smart. Yeah. Watch. Just watch. Oh, look at how smart I am. It's like the puzzle piece from the other one, but I'm smarter. No, I need to be correct. I'll put it where it belongs. Just because I'm smarter doesn't mean it's any better or worse. I'll be fair. This is a Cheep that's purple and can swim in cold water. I think it's pretty much the same as the other Cheep, honestly. Similar to the other Cheep, I'm gonna put it right next to it. Looks really fun, but dizzying to bounce around and jump around like this. It does really look like a lot of fun to do that. But truly the best part of being a Chevarian is you can do that. Yeah, look at that. Wiggling and moving and rolling around. Pretty awesome to me. It's weird because on one hand, I don't want to be a giant cloud that just blows cold air onto things. But also, it's not as bad as some of the other things. Like, you're not restricted. You can fly around wherever you want. So, in that way, it's pretty cool. It's not S tier. It's not A tier. I think it's just B tier. It'd be cool to be this little squid flying around in the water. But when you don't have water, oh, that's not very good. But flying around and swimming around in the water is so cool to have this little, like, water bubble around you all the time. That's awesome. I think I gotta put it in A. An octopus surrounded by a bubble of water and you can fly around wherever you want. Yeah, A tier. You can only capture this once. You can never recapture it. So this is just a video from YouTube of someone doing it. It's just meat. I don't want to be a slab of meat. Someone might think I'm dinner. This is like the fire bro, but instead of fire, you have an unlimited supply of frying pans. That's kind of awesome, just like in a comedy sense. You could be somewhere and like, hey, it's a joke, throw out a frying pan. I don't know, it's funny. This is also going in S tier, but I don't know what it says about me that I think it's better to have frying pan powers than fire powers. So a piranha plant, but it's fire instead of the poison one. If you know me and you've watched my other videos, you know I'm not that big into fire and heat, so this is actually worse than the poison one for me. It's going in the same tier, but just remember, the fire one's worse. I'd hate to live a life of being lava. You can't touch anything other than lava. You can't do anything. You're just a lava bubble. That sucks. A lava bubble kinda sucks.
This dude's just a fork.
Put the fork guy in C. The Ruined Kingdom is normally like this, but it technically is the first kingdom where you see the next guy. This is like being a Koopa, but instead of having fire or frying pan powers, you're just strong. And you have arms that can pet cats with. Yeah, I freaking love petting cats. An inanimate object, statue, thingy. But at least you get to move around and you have some free will, so it's better than some of the other ones. I guess it's gonna go in C as well. It's the Paragoomba, but you're a Koopa, but you're a skeleton and you're dead? I don't want to be a skeleton and dead, honestly. It's worse than the Paragoomba, so it's gonna have to be F. Pokio is freaking awesome. You can be a bird with a nose that can attack and stick into walls, and that's really cool. I mean, you can do this though, and it looks like it hurts really bad. I don't think Pokio is the best thing, but it's definitely A tier. A statue of Bowser. It's not Bowser, it's just a statue. It's exactly like the boulder and the tree and all those other ones. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in C. Okay, now you get to be Bowser, which is freaking awesome. You get the claws, you get the spikes on the back, you get to breathe fire. I will say it's bad that you are an evil king that rules over an evil kingdom, but if you take over Bowser and you're Bowser forever, you can turn it into a good kingdom and you can be a good guy. That's the best thing out of all this stuff that we've done today. I'm gonna start the good guy Bowser arc. Bowser's gonna become Mario's best friend. This is the same thing as the Goomba one, but it's Mario. And I want you guys to see just how good I did.
It's a monster.
Can someone please make fan art of this Mario and send it to the Discord? Link in the description. I'm gonna just put you right next to the Goomba. Yeah, you guys can be buddies. Okay, Yoshi definitely has to be the best one. You can run around, you can flutter jump, you can pet cats. You also have a tongue which you can use to punch robots and stuff. Not to mention you can use your tongue to grab things, you can use it to attach yourself to stuff, and for some reason Yoshi can hang on walls in this game, so that's pretty cool. The last ranking, and it's number 1, I'm even gonna put it in the front. Yoshi's the best one! Yes! What a good ending. If it were real. This looks like a kingdom for very distinguished gentlemen, such as Gentlemanly Mario we got going on here. I like the fog and the overall vibe. The lighting is also really cool too. Big fan of the frogs. I love the frogs. Look at their little hats. So cute. The residents are pretty cute too. They're little hat ghosts. Let's just look over the fact that everything here is dead. This might be HE double hell. In the distance, you can also see a city, and I think I would like to live there. This is reminding me of the UK, which I have a weird love for London, even though I probably wouldn't want to actually visit there. I like the idea of London, and this is what it's giving me. Maybe it's the top hats. A lot of the homes themselves are made to look like top hats, and all of the windows are hats as well. It's cool. The people also drive around in flying hats. There's also a giant hat building, which honestly, it's kind of creepy. This place seems pretty calm. I think there won't be many other places that'll be as calm as this. It's gonna have to end up rating pretty highly. The average temperature is also 71 degrees, which is like perfect. Man, this one might be hard to beat. In case you didn't know, we're only ranking the top 3 kingdoms, so only 3 can remain. Since there's no other spots being taken right now, this one goes into spot number 1. My initial thoughts are that the waterfalls and the general scenery is just beautiful. I mean, it's a little bit weird having giant Stegosaurus bones hanging over everything, but it's cool. There's these weird porcupine fellas that would probably murder me. This rock bridge over a waterfall is so cool though. I don't think I'd enjoy having to run past chain chomps every day. And I definitely wouldn't want to live near a T-Rex. I mean, that's a freaking T-Rex. No, I would not live anywhere near a T-Rex. Even if it's sleeping. Not to mention, right next to the T-Rex is a family of chain chomps. I could probably dig up a lot of these fossils and sell them though. That could be my job if I lived there. It's also 84 degrees here. And anything over 80 is a little bit excessive for me. A beautiful island full of danger and an actual living dinosaur? That's not very safe, and it's not a place I would want to live in. But since there's only one thing on the board, I'm just gonna put this in second. I am not the biggest fan of deserts. I may go as far as to say, I don't think I would ever want to be in a desert. I don't want to be out in the middle of nowhere and it's super hot with no water in sight. It's just scary to me. Thankfully, there's a town in this desert with Mexican-inspired colors and residents, which I really like. The residents are inspired by Calavera, which means once again, all of the residents are actually dead. I don't know about a desert town where all of the residents are skeletons. It's a little bit creepy. As a Mexican myself, I don't think I'd want to live in a town with Dia de los Muertos dudes just running around dancing to mariachi music. I don't know how I feel about that. There's also super interesting ancient ruins that you could explore. And of course, instead of water, there is purple poison. That doesn't make things any better. I spent a lot of time just looking at poison. However, there is an oasis with beautiful palm trees, a fishing lakitu, and some cute little birds, and actual water. I do love how it's slightly underground too. If I were to live here, this would probably be the spot that I would stay at. I don't think I could ever leave here though. I would just fall into an endless pit forever. Or if I got too hot, I could go down into this frozen underground temple to cool off. Now that I think about it, it's probably way too dangerous in here to actually come visit. The average temperature is 104 degrees. No! I am absolutely terrified of deserts. It's one of my fears, and I hate when things are hot. So this is definitely going to be put in third place. Now this is up my alley. A giant foggy forest? There's a little chipmunk fella. Pretty cool, right? Wow, just look how pretty this place is. The residents are cool little robots that water all the plants around the kingdom, and I really like that. I also really enjoy the vibe of the kingdom being like mechanical meets nature. I think that's really cool. It's kind of weird that the entire kingdom is inside of a like biodome, but I'm okay with that. It also seems like the kingdom is floating above a much larger forest below it. And you can actually drop down into that forest below, and let me tell you where I wouldn't live. I wouldn't live down here. It's so creepy, dark, and ominous down here. Oh, I forgot to mention that there's a T-Rex that lives down here. But it's okay because he's wearing a funny hat, right? Where I would probably live is in this weird giant metal building, but it's full of flowers and the flowers are flying around. You know what? That might actually like give me allergies or something. I might be sneezing a lot if I was in there. But it looks so pretty. This place isn't super dangerous. It's really pretty. I like everything about it. Maybe not the T-Rex, but I can easily avoid the T-Rex here. So this is definitely going to be going into first. I'm going to shift everything else down. Now in first place, we have the Wooded Kingdom. In second place, we have the Cap Kingdom. And in third place, we have the Cascade Kingdom. And the Sand Kingdom, goodbye. A beautiful and peaceful lake. This might be the best one. This place is also below the ground, so it's a nice secluded little area. There's random floating stone buildings. I could live back there. If you look under the water, you can also see Dory, the dinosaur that I was freaking out about riding on when I did the Mario 64 version of this video, where you get to ride on a dinosaur. So once again, yes, I would love to live somewhere where I could ride on a peaceful little dinosaur in the water. The coolest part of this kingdom, though, is when you swim down this water tube and you enter into a glass dome where you could see completely under the water. It's also 79 degrees. Like I said, 80 is excessive, 79 perfect. I think it would be really cool to live underwater and hang out with my mermaid friends. What's the matter? You mad at a guy hanging out with his mermaid friends? There's also a bunch of colorful fishies. This place is awesome. This might sound weird, but if I were to live here, I would want to build some sort of staircase up to this little hidden upper area and just hide out up here. That made me sound like I'm some sort of weirdo. This is definitely going into first place. I'm gonna move everything down, take the Cascade Kingdom and throw it somewhere else. This kingdom is just clouds. I won't deny, it's absolutely beautiful here, but it's just clouds. What happens if I need to get a hamburger from a fast food place? Where do I go? Do I have to just jump off the clouds and land on the ground? Doesn't seem very safe. I actually don't think this is better than any of the ones that we have in the ranking right now. So this is going to not even be on the board at all. This kingdom is immediately really pretty, but just like in the Desert Kingdom, there's poison everywhere. This one is surrounded entirely by poison. There's strange contraptions from some ancient civilization, colorful but spiky wigglers, and the overall layout of this place is a bit crazy. I'm not sure how I feel about the little beetle fellow with big hands that walks slowly towards you, mainly because he's actually a bomb. The top of the mountain looks pretty comfy though. This place is just a lot. There's too much going on. I don't know, this place is kind of cool looking and I like the vibe, but it looks terrible to try and walk around anywhere here, and there's poison everywhere. So sadly, the Lost Kingdom is gone forever. Oh yeah, we're in New York, baby! Look at how beautiful this city is. Run down the street next to the park with the fellas on the side and the taxis driving by. Wait at the corner for the traffic to stop so you can cross the road to get to your friend's house. Go to the top of a weird building in the middle of nowhere that has grass and trees on it for some reason and look at a weird robot spider centipede thing. Climb all the way to the top of the tallest building and accidentally fall off. Honestly, look at how cool this place looks. Just like Rio, New York, you can go into some back alley and find a bunch of rats. There's also a slightly spooky and mysterious underground power plant. Look how spooky and mysterious this place is. I honestly can't get over how good this place looks. You could even get on a moped and drive around in the streets. You guys already know what I'm gonna say. This is first place. Move everything down. This is probably going to be the best one that we ever have. But sorry, Cap Kingdom, you served us well, but goodbye. A little bit about me. I'm from Michigan, which normally is like this. So I do like cold and snowy areas. I mean, it does look really easy to fall into freezing water, which not very good thing to do. But there's a whole town of chubby little seal polar bear fellas that can be your friends. I also appreciate the Mario 64 penguins as well. All these dudes do is look cute and race around in a little race course rolling around all day. It's awesome. This stuff is cool and all, but sadly, that's really it for this kingdom. Majority of the kingdom is just cold, snow, ice. That's it. I'm sorry, Snow Kingdom. And I'm sorry, Shivarians. But goodbye. I have a confession to make. This is actually one of my favorite locations in any video game ever of all time. You can hang out and play some volleyball with snails, admire the absolute beauty of the kingdom. You already know I love this, but you could ride around in a dory or swim around in the carbonated water. There's also super fancy hot springs. I really like this part of the map, but there's some evil, creepy kelp guys, but I just like the way that this place looks. I can imagine hanging out on these rocks and then swimming in the water and then swimming back up to the rocks. It would be cool. There's a hill that giant spiky shells roll down at you, and just the beach is so beautiful. There's also a slight pirate theme to it, and I love pirates. I'm sure you guys already know what I'm going to say, but I love this kingdom. I think I'm actually going to remove the Lake Kingdom and put this one in second place. That means Lake Kingdom, goodbye. First place, this kingdom has cheese. Actually, last place, this kingdom is surrounded by, I don't know what that is. It's pink, but it's lava. It does have big corn though, but it's got dudes with really big spiky shells. But it has a food festival full of really delicious foods. Even a giant bowl of tasty stew. But it has tomatoes that are made out of lava. But it has a place called Meat Plateau. But it's actually a giant erupting volcano. Yeah, this place might not be that great. Goodbye. A mysterious kingdom where everything is dark, scary, dreary, and destroyed. And there's also a giant dragon. That's really it. That's the entire kingdom, is just a dragon. Yeah. Goodbye. I mean, it is a nice 68 degrees, though. I mean, it's called Bowser's Kingdom. I don't expect it to be a very nice and calm place. There's big old scary giant stamp dudes, cannons that shoot out giant bombs, and scary birds with sharp beaks. I like the pagoda style buildings though. I will say this area with the gift shop is actually really, really cool looking. And this place is also cool looking too, especially like the little area of water with the koi fish in it. That's really cool. Doesn't really make up for the fact that this is a giant festival of doom though. I do enjoy this giant dry garden, but sadly, Bowser's Kingdom, goodbye. Why'd I say sadly? This was expected. I do not like space, and I do not like the moon. It creeps me out. I definitely don't care for moon gravity. I also don't care for these weird rolly spiky balls. I also don't really like the weird space octopus that shoots a... I don't even know what that is. It's some sort of strange missile. Not sure I'm a huge fan of the church on the moon either. A little bit weird. The inside of it is kind of nice, I guess, though. I like this table at the end with money on it. Guess that's the best part of this entire kingdom for me. Yeah. Goodbye. Now we're talking. The Mushroom Kingdom. Look at how pretty that is. Beautiful. You can visit Princess Peach's castle with a top hat on top of it. There's a nice quaint little garden over here. I actually really love this muddy wooded area behind the castle. Of course, there's mushrooms everywhere. Inside Peach's castle is as awesome and relaxing as ever. You can also steal her throne. I love the pond in the back with the waterfall and Dory. Oh my goodness, this place is perfect. This is where I would be if I lived here. Not to mention you get to hang out with Yoshi. I love the Mushroom Kingdom, and this ranking is really difficult, but I love the other two so much more, so I think this has to go into third place. You lasted a very long time, Wooded Kingdom, but I'm sorry. Goodbye. This is the official ranking. In first place, we have the Metro Kingdom. In second place, we have the Seaside Kingdom, and in third place, we have the Mushroom Kingdom. But let's decide which one was the worst. The Luncheon Kingdom kinda sucks. It's just a giant erupting volcano, but there are some good things to it. It has a lot of food. The Sand Kingdom really sucks as well, but there is that oasis that's really cool. Bowser's Kingdom also really sucks, but it has the gift shop area that's really cool. That leads us to the Ruin Kingdom. I think that is definitely the worst place to visit or live in. It's awful. All there is a scary dragon, and that's it. Today I'm figuring out which Mario Odyssey enemies I could survive in a fight. This is going to be really stupid. How in the freak would I fight him or fight any of the 8-bit enemies in real life? Because they could just turn on their side and they would disappear forever. If I was also 8-bit, I think this dude would wreck me. I'm imagining we're in a completely empty room and I'm not able to just jump underneath him and destroy him. He would pick me up and throw me like a barrel. This isn't a good start, but I lose. 8-bit Goomba, 3D Goomba, I don't care what kind of Goomba you are, 2D, 4D, 5D. I'ma beat a Goomba. I can beat a Goomba, and if I can't beat the Goomba, I'll eat the Goomba because it's a mushroom and I like mushrooms. I win. I'm running out of breath. I only got upside down footage of this, so I'm gonna just flip it around and talk about it that way. Oh, I also lost. I don't care who or what you are. If you're throwing hammers at me, I'm gonna lose. I cannot win to hammers. They are more powerful than me as human. Humans are not designed to fight hammers. I lose. Spikes! Spikes all over. Humans were not designed to fight spikes. I lose. I'm already going crazy and it's a minute into the video. That's a really big chain chomp with really spiky teeth and it's made out of metal. I don't think I could beat a metal. I don't know. Let's see if I can beat it or not. That's a big plant with spiky teeth that spits out poison. Let's see if I can beat it or not. I'm gonna already say I lose. I don't know how you would even beat this thing. Like, what would you even do to it? I guess leave a comment down below and tell me how you would defeat that thing. Because you can't. Why is everything in this game spiky? I lose. I can't beat things that are spiky. Like, what the heck? Everything is spiky. I could punch them in their stupid mouth, though. Ah, the big chain chomp, but smaller. If I can't beat the big one, I can't beat the small one either. I lose. I'm pretty confident I could beat up a spooky mummy ghost. If there's nothing underneath those wraps, I can just grab the wraps, rip them off, and I win. So, I win! Finally! I was gonna say I could beat a frog that's also a coin purse, but it shoots coins out. So if it shoots coins out at me,
That'll hurt. I don't want to get hit by coins. But it doesn't seem like it wants to fight at all and just runs away and goes invisible. So yeah, I think I could beat up a little frog. I wouldn't want to though, but I could. This dude's throwing fire and he's got protective gear on. What's the guy supposed to do about that? How's the guy supposed to beat that? How's the guy supposed to beat a turtle like that with the fire with the turtle? I lose. How's the guy supposed to beat the fire with the plant with the teeth? Just like hammers, humans are not designed to fight frying pans. Frying pans are designed to cook eggs and grilled cheese. So I lose. Not only do I have to fight a super stylish gold chain chomp, but there's a super tall lady attached to it. She's scary. It's like fighting a Karen. I would never fight a Karen. That sounds awful. I lose. It's a tomato made out of magma. When am I gonna be able to win? I just want to win once. I want to win once, please. Also, is that thing pronounced Magmato or Magmato? Oh, Mr. Game Grove, can you fight a giant robot centipede? I don't know. Do you think I could win? Do you think I would win against that thing? I don't think I would even be in the same country or planet as that thing. If they discovered that thing on Earth, I think I would just cease existing immediately. I lose. Thank you. Finally, something I can beat. This is just a Goomba, but it's really small. Just flick it and it would probably explode. We all know I can beat a Goomba, but I chose the one with the pirate hat because I like pirates and pirates are really cool. Look, I actually just confused the Goomba. That's how stupid they are. I just walked behind it and it got confused. I win. This is like the big poison piranha plant, but it's smaller and I still lose. Dang it. I said this in previous videos, but I am afraid of birds. And this is a bird with a very pointy nose, so I lose. I don't think I'm gonna win many of these. You know what? Before even seeing what the next one is, I know I'm gonna win the next one, and I'm gonna prove it to you that I'll win. Of course it's a boss. Why wouldn't it be a boss that I have to convince you guys that I'm gonna beat? I can beat this guy because he has a hat with razor blades on it, and that's easy. That's easy to. Oh, it's a giant robot rabbit made up of all of the other terrifying rabbits that I definitely couldn't beat. Yeah, I lose. And I'm going to say all of the other Brutals, Ringo, Stingo, and Tingo, and Lucy, I lose to all of those ones too. Come on. It's a giant dragon. It's got like purple fire. I lose. There's also these purple fellas, and I lose to those ones too. A tank. A literal tank. What are we doing here, guys? I mean, what are we even doing here? I can't even come up with a bit. Look at me. I'm trying to move the camera around, and I'm screwing it up, and then I'm just gonna run around and ground pound and get up on this dirt. I'm doing like live commentary now. Oh, and I'm back in the camera. Oh, look, and then I'm looking over at the tank. Oh. I'm trying to find the perfect angle. This is like behind the scenes of how I set up my shots. I lose. Humans weren't designed to attack spikes, so I lose. You know what? I'm freaking done. It's a dude with a giant stamp and he's scary. Is there anything in this game that I can actually beat other than a Goomba? What is wrong with this game? This is supposed to be for children. This game is supposed to be happy. It's supposed to be fun. He's going through hell. I would hate to be Mario. This is awful. Oh, a sleeping T-Rex. Hey, I actually think I would win this one because it's asleep. Well, how do you don't even fight someone that's asleep. It's just gonna sit there and it's gonna be asleep and then I can walk away and I can finally go home. Please, let me go home. But if the T-Rex was awake, I lose. What the heck? Alright, these guys are really creepy, but they blow themselves up. So I think I could just hand them something like a sock, and they'll grab the sock and fly away and blow themselves up, and I win! Tropical Wigglers are honestly scary. They're extremely long, they're extremely spiky. I just think this thing would wreck me. I lose. Imagine you're walking through the jungle. Oh, there's a frog. Oh, there's a tropical wiggler. And then they never hear from you ever again. You can't fool me. That's an onion. It might have spiky legs, but I think I would eat an onion before the spiky legs could even be a thing. I win. I like onions. Urban sting bee larva. Finally, another thing that I can beat. I can eat an onion and I can beat up a little larva. I win. When it grows up though, ugh, that is one ugly fly. No way am I gonna fight that thing. It's disgusting. I lose. We are finally through all of the land enemies. Now we're on to the water enemies. But first, let's check in on the score. Oh my god, I lost so much. I'm pretty confident I could beat up a Cheep Cheep. It's not gonna do anything to me. I could just pow, 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 and I win. These guys are a little bit scary, and I know this is gonna sound a bit brutal, but I think I could just grab it and rip it in half. Oh, I win though. Ah, yeah, look at that fella. I can definitely beat that. Oh, that's a lot of teeth. I lose. Literally nobody watching this video would survive this. Look at that. The chomp. This is just a Cheep Cheep that's purple. I win. That's all the water enemies. Now onto the flying enemies, but let's do another check-in on the score. Oh, we're kind of bringing it back a little bit, but I don't think we can win even if we beat all of these other guys, and I don't think we're gonna beat them all. Humans weren't designed to fight metal or bullets or missiles, even if it's two-dimensional. I lose. Here's a fun fact about me. Fuzzy is one of the scariest Mario enemies to me because you never know what these guys are capable of. They're kind of scary. They can only move in a set path though. I don't know, man. There's something wrong about these guys. I lose. What the heck? They're just making up nightmares at this point. Space octopus robot that shoots out missiles from its mouth that are also like weird shell things. What? I lose. Isn't it weird that Mario is for kids, yet one of the main enemies is a giant bullet? That's pretty interesting. I lose. Oh, I actually lost in the game too. A normal bullet bill is much easier to fight, but does that mean I can still beat it? No, I lose. That's a big bird. In order to even fight this thing, you have to go into this hot lava soup. I can't even get there. And I can't beat a big bird. It's giant, and it'll beat me up. I lose. Just look at Fuzzy. There's something wrong about that dude, I'm telling you. Why don't you come out of your water bubble, buddy? Huh? How about I fight you? How about I grab your mustache and I pull one of your mustache hairs out? That won't feel good, huh? I win. Yeah, I'm strong now. Also, I had no clue if this would count as a water or a flying enemy, but it flies a lot, so I'm calling it a flying enemy. I don't mess with birds. I hate birds. And this thing is that's a big bird. I lose. I put this dude in the thumbnail for a reason. Humans were not designed to fight rocks. Rocks were designed to beat up humans. So this thing was designed to beat up me and Mario. So do I win or lose? Let's see. I lose. I mean, I want to see you fight a giant octopus with some very stylish hair. He's pretty scary. Let's see if I win. Now you may think I would lose against Parabones, but I think I could kick a skeleton and it would just explode into bones and I would win. So I win. I see your tactics, Goomba. You're trying to get wings so you can fly away from me so I don't beat you up? I'm gonna beat you up anyways. I mean, I lose, mainly because I don't know what that is. Is it a robot? Is it alive? I don't know. I got a closer look at that fella and it's definitely metal and it has a spike. So yeah, I lose. You could give me $1 million and I wouldn't even be able to tell you what is going on with this thing. It's a flower robot, it's spiky, it's metal. I lose. I'm a pretty light person, so this thing would blow air and I would fly off into the sunset. So I lose. This game has a lot of strange looking robots. Once again, it's metal. I can't beat up metal. I lose. I was as realistic as possible, and yes, I lose to most of the enemies in Mario Odyssey. Today I'm figuring out which kingdoms in Mario Odyssey are safe or dangerous. This is gonna be crazy. What if you fell off the Cap Kingdom? Where do you go? What's down there? Thankfully there's railings to keep you up, but that would be scary to fall off. It seems like everyone's friendly here, and I think I would visit the Cap Kingdom. It's pretty nice. I can't tell if this Paragoomba is evil or just a gentleman. There's some danger with this bridge though. If Granny goes up and over that hill, she might take a tumble. Thinking about this beginning area, it kind of just makes me happy. It doesn't give me any sort of danger thoughts at all. The inside of Top Hat Tower has another pit of despair, which makes it a little more dangerous. There's also some micro Goombas, but I don't think they're very threatening. The Top Hat Tower itself is weird because I don't know how people are normally supposed to climb it, because you have to become a frog in order to jump high enough to actually get up it. So how does a normal person, is there like a ladder or stairs I'm missing? It's game inspector guy, and these walls, someone's gonna fall off them or get pinched, that's all I'm saying. And I don't even want to know what the heck is going on in this room. I was making a joke here, but I'm not gonna rate any of these random secret areas because they don't actually fit in with the kingdom. This place is pretty dangerous to lazy people, am I right? Because you gotta climb up a lot of stuff. Right? The Cap Kingdom is pretty close to being the epitome of safe in a Mario game. There aren't that many enemies, and there's not that many hazards. Honestly, it just looks like a place that you'd want to vacation in, and considering that it's pretty much the tutorial for Mario Odyssey, you can assume that there's just not that high of a danger level for the first level of a Mario game. It's kind of always like that, but this one especially. You start off, you look at your beautiful surroundings, you become a frog, you climb up a hill, and that's it. So I'm gonna consider the Cap Kingdom safe. Already gotta knock a few points off there because there's no proper railings on the side here. You can fall straight off, but at least you're falling into water. Real early on, you gotta deal with these spiky fellas, and they look like they could do some damage. This rock would cause so many issues because it looks so slippery and unstable. If you went to cross this, you would walk on it, slip on the rock, fall into the water, get pushed off the waterfall, and you're gone forever, never found again. Kind of mad that I lost coins doing that because I'm trying to save up coins so I can do a costume tier list in the future. So stay tuned for that video. Chain chomps are so dangerous that they had to be put on a chain or else they would chomp. I, game guy, like most people, would not want to be chain chomped, but it seems pretty inevitable that you will get chomped considering there's an entire chain chomp family tree, even the daddy. It's a game inspector guy again, and yeah, this is a bit of a safety hazard having a dinosaur in the middle of your kingdom, but I did some tests on it and that thing's not doing any damage, it's just gonna sleep. The more you explore this kingdom, you can tell they're definitely ramping up the difficulty in the game because there's a lot more hazards in it compared to the Cap Kingdom. Not only that, but this kingdom is so dangerous that there's not even residents here. They all went extinct. Hey, at least there's railings in this upper area. That's all I'm saying. The Cascade Kingdom is beautiful and I love it dearly, but that doesn't mean it's not dangerous. Everything here wants to bite and chomp you, so I'm going to have to consider this kingdom dangerous. Right off the bat, I'm considering this place super dangerous just because it's a desert and it's hot. Today outside, I literally just went on a walk. It's 97 degrees outside, but it feels like 110, and I only went outside for my walk for maybe 3 minutes before it was way too hot for me and I had to come back inside. They offer an incredibly dangerous taxi service where you ride around on a jacksie, and this thing in reality would flip you off so fast. You would need to be strapped into this thing or you would be gone. There's also the occasional pool of poison for some reason. Super spiky cactuses. The kingdom also just cuts off and leads down into a pit of darkness. Look at that sign. They designed signs like that so you know, don't go up here, it's dangerous. There's a Goomba with a sombrero. The real danger that sign was talking about was quicksand. Not only is there quicksand, but there's quicksand geysers. And I'm not an inspector guy, but that looks pretty dangerous to me. Hi, I'm the inspector guy. It's just dangerous. The quicksand slide looks kind of fun though. I kind of want to go down that. Imagine you go on vacation somewhere and they make you get on this platform floating in the middle of nowhere and it moves across a giant open pit. I wouldn't do that. Imagine you're on vacation and you slide down a hill into a big frozen pit and then you end up in an underground temple that's owned by Knuckle Talk and there's a giant floating inverted pyramid. Imagine if that happened. Wouldn't that be like crazy? Imagine you're running on the ice and you slip and you fall and then you're hanging on the side. Wouldn't that be like crazy? I'm gonna rate this place dangerous. I gotta respect the Wooded Kingdom for having big giant walls right at the start, railings, you can't fall off. That's pretty safe to me. I wouldn't want to fall down there, but we're gonna go down there in a little bit. Stay tuned for that part of the video. So far, this looks like a pleasant little forest, which forests are pretty safe if you stay on the trail. I can't get over how much I actually love the robots in the Wooded Kingdom. I love that they walk around watering the little flowers. They just look like nice fellas. You might think this kingdom is pretty safe, but they have quite the big rusted metal problem, and that's not a good problem to have. Hey, it's the inspector guy again. Those look like people could fall off those and get pinched. There's hot steam spilling out of that, and a resident could get sprayed in the face with hot steam, so it's not very safe. Thank you for your insight, Inspector Guy. My insight is things are pretty dangerous. Probably shouldn't mess with them. You definitely shouldn't let them shoot at you, even if they're wearing a really cool hat. It's just not a good idea. These poor robots have to wait in line to get charged. Why didn't they build more chargers? The real danger in this kingdom, though, is in the deep woods. And that danger is a T-Rex. So I'm gonna say that this kingdom is dangerous. The Lakeside Kingdom is incredibly safe. I mean, for starters, the entire area is walled in. You already know that the sand in this kingdom would feel so nice, and I bet the water is the perfect temperature to swim in. Jump off the top into the water. Oh, it's perfect. There's a lot of space to swim here. I bet you could bring your boat out and have a family expedition. You could swim down to go to this little underwater building, I'm gonna call it. And the view from inside here is insane. You get to watch all the colorful fish swim by. It looks so nice. That's crazy that they spent all that time to make it look that beautiful. This place is safe. The idea of being able to go up to the clouds and you can actually stand on them just sounds incredibly pleasant. I'm sure the inspector guy would have an issue with these clouds that only stay for a limited amount of time and then they disappear. I mean, I could say that those are a little bit dangerous. But when you see this, you don't think danger, you think, wow, that's beautiful. Peach even mentions that she comes back here to take naps among the clouds. Wait, Among Us? I'm so sorry. I don't know why I said Among Us. I apologize. I'm so sorry. This place is safe. Okay, I'll give it to you. You at least tried to make a railing. You didn't complete the railing, but you made little bits of a railing. So I don't think it's very safe to be on an island in the middle of a lake of poison, especially since that poison has like mist coming off of it. That means you're probably breathing in poison fumes the entire time you're here. Pretty sure these plants are growing from poison fumes, and when Mario rubs up against them, he's probably going to turn into a piranha plant eventually. I wonder who manufactures these danger signs, because they're pretty effective at putting them literally anywhere with danger. This is in the middle of nowhere. Look at this fella's eyes. You could tell the poison got to him and now he's got creepy grabby hands. Guys, the poison is crazy. It made that Wiggler wear a silly hat. Hey, it's Inspector Guy again. That spinny platform, it's not very safe. It's not Game Company approved. So I'm gonna have to have that tore down. We'll get some guys out there. We'll get it removed and we'll put up a proper bridge in probably 2 to 6 weeks. And shout out to the shop that's on the top of a mountain. I love that Peach even mentions like, bruh, how are they gonna stay in business all the way up here? I think that you think that I know that you know what I'm about to say, and I think we all know. This place is dangerous. There's nothing really dangerous in the Metro Kingdom. I mean, look at Mario. He's just walking on the sidewalk. I tried to walk in front of a taxi and get hit by it, and it stopped on a dime. I think they have some sort of anti-hitting people technology in them. Everybody here is just walking around, probably thinking about if they're gonna go get a hot dog or not. Sitting around at a table with their coffee, having a nice little chat. What the heck is that cube from the moon doing there? There's some nasty trash on the ground, but it's pretty easy to get rid of it. Oh god, no wait, no, this is dangerous. No, this is not safe at all. There's too many people. Mario's going the wrong way. I take back what I said about the cars. That one just definitely hit Mario and now he's sad. I mean, this is Game Company safety approved. Look, they got all of these danger cones and barriers letting you know don't go over here. You can easily get up to some dangerous active construction sites, which you probably shouldn't do that, especially considering somehow this is being held up by absolutely nothing. It's so safe here, they have a building dedicated to people racing around little tiny cars. You even get to go to a concert and Mario shows off his dance dance moves. Yeah, go Mario. It is a little dangerous if you climb all the way to the heliport and then drop down all the way from up there and land on the ground. But hey, not everyone's gonna be doing that. Ew, it's a rat. Look at it. Mario really shouldn't be trusted with a scooter. What the hell is he doing? It might not be the smartest idea to get a scooter all the way to the top of the tallest building in the city and then drive it off, but it's okay because you'll just land in water at the bottom. Game Inspector Guy here again. Don't go down to the underground plant. Just don't do it. There's a lot of crazy moving parts. There's a lot of poison and stuff down here. We don't like to talk about this part of the city. Any other part of the city is Game Company approved, but this part of the city, I would just ignore it if I were you. I don't exactly know the lore of the Metro Kingdom, but if this is what happens every night, this is a little bit dangerous. I think this is just something that happens because Bowser's there, whips up a storm, and he brings all these tanks in here. But if this is what happens every night, everyone goes and hides in their houses while tanks and rain destroy everything, it's a little bit dangerous. But I'm gonna say this doesn't happen always. With all of that being said though, I think that the Metro Kingdom is safe. Similar to the Sand Kingdom, the Snow Kingdom features a weather hazard because it's very, very cold. It is properly walled in, so you can't accidentally fall off the side of it, so that's good. But right when you start off, there's a narrow ice bridge, and this guy's probably gonna knock you off of it. It's a little bit dangerous. I don't know, something about the water that freezes you within seconds tells me this place might not be very safe. The Chivarian town being underground means that it is properly sheltered from snowstorms, though. You gotta wear shoes though because the floor is still snow. Come on, man, you can't put ice and poison. Come on. I don't know about how you feel, but I think running through these giant piles of snow looks really fun. Hey, it's the Inspector Guy. These icicles that fall from the ceiling, they have a chance to maybe crush you. I don't know, maybe. It's not very safe. This thin pathway might be another place you want to avoid. Actually, just avoid this entire room in general. That's my travel tip for you all. And don't go into this room. I don't know what these guys are. They just showed up one day and they're pretty hungry. They love doing these races in the Snow Kingdom, and I would say they're dangerous, but I think these guys are built for this kind of thing. They look pretty dangerously entertaining to watch, though. Am I right? What? Why would I say that? It's even so cold that it froze this nut. This place is dangerous. Once again, we're treated with a very nice kingdom. I'd say if you ever went here, avoid jumping into these water geysers because those don't look exactly the safest. But Peach got up here just fine, so it's probably okay. Look at those crabs. This is the most dangerous part of the kingdom I could find above water, and it's just a bunch of kelp. If you're wondering why I'm not looking at stuff under the water, it's because you would run out of breath before you reached most of it in real life, so I'm just sticking to stuff that's on the surface or above it. At this point, this kingdom is just nice, so I'm gonna talk about things that are nice in it, like these hot springs. I've always loved this hill next to where the shells roll down. I especially like the pocket of water. It just looks so nice and calm, but my nice calm spot is ruined by these spiky shells that are rolling down a hill. That's not safe. Game Inspector Guy here. If you ever get lost on this hill with the rolling shells, just hide right here next to the question block and you'll be alright. If you notice these crates underneath the shell hole, you can actually break them, and on the other side, you get a beautiful view of the kingdom. Pirate Goombas might actually be the scariest Goombas. They're Goombas, but pirates! Another just nice thing is you get to play beach volleyball. The spiky rolly snake guys are pretty dangerous, but overall I'm gonna say this kingdom is safe. You put a kingdom in the middle of volcano lava land and you don't put railings? What's wrong with you? This might be one of the most dangerous kingdoms of all because you can't even get to the main town without probably falling into lava. Look, I have made it to the town, but I'm incredibly clumsy. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry for doing that. Oh my goodness, I apologize. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm not meaning to do this. I'm so sorry. I'm just so clumsy. Oh my gosh, sir, I'm so sorry. I'm incredibly clumsy. I didn't mean to throw that at you. Oh my goodness, I did it again. Oh, I did it again. This bit is so stupid. This would be your entire life living here, falling into lava and burning. This place is dangerous. If you're wondering why it's so important to determine whether these places are safe or dangerous, this is what happens if your kingdom is too dangerous. Everything gets dark and purple and thundery and scary and bats show up. Also, this guy is here. Hey, game inspector guy here. I hit this dude in the eyeball a couple of times and didn't really make him angry, so I'm gonna say he's safe. You can't hide a treasure chest back here and then pretend that the kingdom is safe. No. It's dangerous. This is Bowser's kingdom, and you think Bowser cares about safety in his kingdom? No, he wants to kill Italian men. His kingdom feels like he had 15 different ideas and couldn't figure out how to put them together because none of this stuff is even connected. This guy used to be a normal dude who stamped paperwork saying things were safe or not, but Bowser knew this place wasn't safe and converted him into a demon. Look, he even tried making it nice. He tried putting a gift shop in here, but couldn't figure out where to put it, so it just floats in the middle of nowhere. He can't even have nice buildings. There's spikes on all their roofs. Even though there's a giant Zen garden, this place is dangerous. The Moon Kingdom is weird because in reality you wouldn't be able to breathe here, but let's just pretend that you could. Because the gravity is so low, it's not really dangerous to fall or jump because it's so gentle. There are the rock snake things again, but they're very easily avoided. And there's floating octopus aliens that shoot explodey things at you, but they're also very easily avoided. And that's pretty much it for the hazards in the kingdom. I mean, you can fall off the moon, but you can fall off a lot of the other kingdoms too. This one is so weird. I don't exactly know how to rate it. I guess it's kind of dangerous, but it's also not, so I'm gonna say it's safe? I'm sure a lot of us, including me, would want to visit Peach's castle because it just looks so comfy and cozy. Sitting in her throne would be incredibly dangerous though because you would probably be royally beheaded for that. This kingdom is obviously just extra content and it's not meant to challenge the player that much, so it's very, very peaceful here. That's a lot of birds. I mean, look at the variety. There's so many of them. Every time I come here, I look off the side at this forest and I just want to go over there. This place is so nice. And for the last kingdom in Mario Odyssey, I'm gonna say this one is safe. There was one more dangerous kingdom than there was safe kingdom, so overall, Mario Odyssey is dangerous. Thank you all so much for watching this mega video of all my Super Mario Odyssey rankings. I actually did this because the channel just hit 10,000 subscribers and I wanted to celebrate some of the most popular videos on my channel, which just happened to be my Mario Odyssey rankings. Let me know what other rankings you want me to do and subscribe to see more videos in the future. Thank you.